knowing is half the battle. Hey, what are you doing in there? Watching cartoons? Go, Jim. Keep it down. Okay. What's up? This is Ray with Get Real Ray, a place and space for life and business tips from this creative soul to hopefully inspire you on your journey, at the very least, provide you with some laughs. And so let's get real. So we got to make this a quick one because I got to get back to work, y'all. But this is a challenge to be clear and concise, which is what I always encourage my students to do in their writing. So let's do it. What are we talking about today? We're talking about knowing that you changed your mind, and that's okay. Okay, so if you've listened to, followed, watched on my other videos, then you know I talk a lot about getting to know what you want. Like, what do you really, really want, and then going for it, right? And we've talked about making lists, doing self-check-ins, taking breaks, testing things out, really lots of self-reflection. I don't think I've ever said like meditate on it, but you know, you're thinking about stuff, right? So recently I have, you guys, you know me, I always got lots of pots on the stove, cooking it up, lots of things on the burners, moving things around because there's going to be a feast tonight instead of just one pot of mush slowly stirring and then ladling out, here's your mush. Because what if that pot of mush burns? Then I'm serving burnt mush to everybody. I can't be serving burnt mush to everybody. You're like, thanks, Ray. This mush is called, I can't even eat it. It's so tasteless and burnt. Okay, so I do a lot of different things, and I'm not mad about that. And you should be mad about it either if you be doing lots of different things. But with that being said, sometimes I'm doing something or I'm trying something and it's what I wanted, it's what I said I wanted, I worked for it, and then I'm like, you know what? This ain't what I thought it was going to be. This isn't what I had planned for, anticipated, researched, expected. The feeling I'm getting ain't working for me. And I think that's something to be acknowledged. I'm going to give you like a non-work example for a hot second here. So I recently got onto the dating apps, boopy doops, and I said to myself, wait, this is an opportunity to, unlike when you're out at a party and you're like, oh, that person's cute, I think I'm gonna go talk to them. On an app, you do have a lot more control. You also have a lot more choice. It's rare to be out at a party with hundreds of thousands of people and to feel like you can make many connections or even 2 solid connections within a group of hundreds of thousands of people. But on an app, there's a lot of different people with a lot of different interests, personalities. And so one way to really filter things out is to specify who you are and to specify what you're looking for. And so I really designed my profile to weed out those who are just going to be time wasters, people who aren't serious, people who are just looking for a hookup, because that's not my life right now. And friends, I'm sorry, but as we get older, we start to want different things. Now, maybe a few years ago when I was first divorced, a hookup might have been fine. But honestly, I wasn't trying to be out there like that because I wanted to really focus on getting myself together, getting my business together, and just being good with who I am. And the physical just wasn't a priority for me. I'm sorry, people, not a priority. If you're like, oh, I can't listen to this no more, well, you're welcome, I think. I don't know. So anyway, fast forward. I said, yeah, you know what? I think when I'm 80, I might like to look over and be like, you're old and toothless too. We both have wrinkles. So I'm not going to be able to find that if I'm responding to everybody who's like, oh, I love your smile. Your eyes are so beautiful. Like, what? That's not stimulating a conversation. So as much as I like getting compliments, oh, you said I'm beautiful. Thank you. Truth be told, these compliments need to come from somewhere and with some sort of, would gravitas be a good word here? Some weight to it, okay? What do I mean? For someone to, their first introduction to you to be, I love your smile, where's that relationship going to go? What are you going to talk about moving forward? And you might think of, in your own life, have you been out on the, waiting for a bus, waiting in line for a coffee, and then some stranger just comes up to you like, I love your smile. What do you say to that? Thank you. And yours is jacked up? No, you can't say that. So thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. What's your name? Right? We need to get somewhere, and that person, you have to really want to know more about that person in order for that conversation to go anywhere. Otherwise, it's just, oh, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Or if you're one of these younger women in New York, yeah, I'm calling you out, younger women in New York, because you was up in my class saying some crazy stuff. And I'm like, you did not get catcalled 35 times in one day. I'm sorry, boo, but you clearly don't understand the definition of catcalling. That's a whole separate story. But, and she wasn't, she thought, but she wasn't. She wasn't all that. I'm sorry. If you was babao, but she wasn't. You did not get catcalled 35 times in one day. And if you that nervous about living up in Harlem, then don't live in Harlem. Whatever. Anyway, so gentrification. That's the explanation for that comment. Okay, so with that being said, for the most part, if you want to get to know somebody, and these apps, they have profiles. So you're looking at their profile, talk to somebody about something that's on their profile, right? Oh, hey, I see you live in such and such an area, or I saw your photo where you went hiking. Do you go hiking often? Where was that hiking photo taken? All these things, right? But these are questions that can stimulate a conversation because it gives the other person something to talk about. Oh yeah, that was taken when I went to XYZ. Have you ever been there? No, I haven't been there. Now we have banter back and forth, as opposed to this, I like something physical about you that may change if you were ever in a car accident. Or, you just get old and all your teeth fall out because you ate too many donuts when you was younger. That could happen too. All right. So I realize in this process that there are certain compliments that I enjoy, but it needs to come at the right time. I also realized it really moved me when certain people would message me and be like, good morning, beautiful. I was like, oh, okay. Yep. You talking to me? Mind you, this came after we had already established some sort of conversation. So it wasn't this, I just coming out of the blue, like random, I've never talked to you before, good morning, beautiful. I'd be like, well, hold up, sucker, who are you? I don't know you like that. But if you know me, if you're someone who knows something about me and then you're complimenting me, well, that's very much appreciated because you know something about me. So maybe you really do see me or appreciate me or miss me. They're the things. Now, with that being said, I've also realized I thought I was interested in guys who would say things that seemed impulsive, like, we're only 2 hours away from each other. We should just both hop in cars and meet. This seems rather impulsive and fun, but honestly, after talking to you, I realized you have no goals, you have no ambition, you're just floating through life. So chances are you're going to be impulsive in a lot of different ways that is going to mess up my jam. I can't have you out here being like, you know what? That concert, it's only $500 a person. Let's do it. Let's buy tickets. And I'm over here like, babe, we got rent to pay. We can't go buy them tickets. We didn't make enough money this month for that. You just might not be responsible in the way that I need. So what I thought I wanted, well, I like that, but it has to come in context. Not, maybe I want it, but not in the package that's being delivered by you. Okay, so how does this relate to the life of the solopreneur? I started with the personal first, y'all. I started with the personal life. And you're like, but Ray, I'm not out there dating. It's okay. I'm going to come back to that too, boo. I'm going to come back to that. And I got 10 minutes before I got to start my class. So let's get this done. So the solopreneur, small business owner, entrepreneur, here's the thing. You may have a product or service that you passionately believed in. You put a whole bunch of time and energy in. You put it out there. You research who your target market is. You're selling it, and then you start to realize the clients that you're getting, ooh, you said this was the client is for, and yet somehow this client is just annoying, demanding, just frustrating you. Or maybe the client is no problem, but that product or service that you created is just requiring more time, energy, maintenance than you had anticipated. Something is just not locking into what you expected given all of your research effort and due diligence. It happens, sadly. It happens. Companies spend millions of dollars trying to implement new strategies in order to acquire new customers, or they think that's what their customers want. And then after 2 years of testing, they're like, this isn't making us any money, or it's taking a lot of energy or time, or it's just not appreciated, or people just don't want it. Like people said they wanted it, but for whatever reason, they're not buying it. Is it the price? Location? We don't know. It's not working. Let's abandon ship. And that's okay. I have courses that I've created where I love them. And then as time went on, I'm like, you know what? The waters have changed. The audience has changed. The expectations of people have changed. I don't want, it's not for me anymore. It's too much. I don't want it. That's okay. For those of you who are not new, you know that I do this nomadic thing, house sitting thing. And there was a house sit where 3 weeks ago I was, oh man, I want this house sit. And they said, oh, we picked someone else. That person fell through. They reached back out. Hey, do you still want this? And I'm over here thinking like, do I? 6 weeks, that's great. Part of me's like, nah, I think I want to hold out for something else. I think I have other things going on that might make that opportunity more of an obligation as opposed to an opportunity. That might make that situation an obligation as opposed to an opportunity that should be enjoyed and embraced. So I'll be messaging her after my class saying, thank you so much, but I decided to pass. And that's okay. If you are a people pleaser, you might be thinking, oh no, you can't be letting people down. You made the product, you made the service, you told your friend you was gonna go do that thing. But if you're allowed to change your mind, you are. Now, with that being said, don't be a jerk. If you told your friend you was going to do that thing and they spent all this money or time and arranged for babysitters and now it's time to go do the thing and you're like, yeah, actually, I never bought my ticket because, I don't think I really want to go. You knew from the get-go. Don't be that friend because that person should block you and never talk to you again. I'm just saying. And they should take you to one of those TV court shows so you have to pay them back the money because they bought the ticket and you didn't. And I'm just saying. Okay, so that was a little humorous rant for you guys. What can you expect from me? I'm in the arts. I must do humorous things at times. With that being said, I wonder, put a comment in below if you caught the reference from some of my little cartoons tidbits at the beginning of this episode. If you're listening to the podcast, then you're probably like, I can't put a comment. But you can still send me a message. You can send me a message and be like, Ray, I caught the cartoon. I bet you was singing the song from such and such cartoon and the song from this other cartoon. There was 2 cartoon references. Okay, so with all that being said, yes, it's okay to do the work. I am not saying, yeah, you can change your mind. Did you do the work? Did you do the work? So if you've done the work and you're getting something back, some kind of feedback. Maybe the feedback is no one's purchased the product or service. But maybe the feedback is just, oh, I'm getting exactly what I said I wanted. But I don't like it. I was eating what was I eating? Oh my gosh. Oh, I was eating a snack the other day, some dry fruit. I'm not going to tell you which dry fruit. But I was eating it. And I said, if I eat more, then I'm overindulging. And I had to talk with myself. I don't care. I want to overindulge right now. All of my brain is fired right now to be like, overindulge. So I did it. I ate that snack. And in the back of my mind, I'm going, you gonna pay tomorrow, girl. Your stomach gonna be jacked up. It's not gonna be good. Are you okay? Are you sure? I mean, you committed, but really? Is this what you want? And I did it. Finished the snack. A few hours later, my stomach starts making noise. I'm thinking, oh gracious. Am I gonna be able to make it through this class? Am I gonna have to like put it up, be like, I'll be right back, y'all. I got to go. But I survived my class. And this morning, my stomach was like, you knew yesterday what you were doing, and now, well, you gonna have to pay the price. But another part of my brain said, okay, that has been satisfied. I was interested in something. I decided I was going to commit to what I said I wanted. I engaged in it. I tried it. And now I can be done with it without having that desire to do it again, Sam. No. So yeah, I'm like, ooh. Do I want to buy more of that snack? No. No, I'm not. I'm good for a while. I'm good. And now I'm craving something different. I want something different from my life. And so by trying the thing, getting the feedback, you may find that you don't want the thing in which you are receiving anymore, but you do have more clarity in terms of zeroing in on what it is that you want instead. And that's a beautiful thing. Like right now, I am so excited about going to the grocery store and getting some artichoke hearts. Do you understand the beauty of artichoke hearts? I cannot wait. Whereas a few days before I was like, dried fruit, I must have you. Hours online searching what's the best deal for bulk dried fruit. Now I'm like, ooh, dried fruit. No, artichoke hearts. Oh, they'll be so delicious. Maybe with a squeeze of lemon. Crushed black pepper. Oh, so fancy. All right, friends. So that's my spiel for you today. I hope you find this helpful. There's a sweet cat sitting next to me. So if you're watching the video version, I'm definitely going to give you some video of the sweet cat because it's so cute. And then I got to go teach my class. All right, my friends. Until next time. Peace.